alien invasion, poetic freestyle. Metal flies from the skies, big as saucers in size, jet speed. Bolts cause a big ship to capsize, lapping tons, setting all in its path of fire. All the terror that it seems that it deems to transpire. Such horror, what evil could conspire? The roar of a green engine billowing red smoke, defending the ears of men, women, children, all folk. It chewed up the ground like mushy ground meat, while everyone was being sucked up by their feet between the red smoke and the flashing fires, killing people, animals, vegetation, and briars, not stopping until the earth as we know it is gone. The aliens make of the entire earth their pawn. They wander desolate lands, driving their green machines over catered streets, bellowing and screechy screams. Only a handful of people are lurking in secret, hiding, hoping they're not found. Their time they are biding. I must be dreaming, and I'm waking up screaming. Oh, that this might be true, but at last it is not. They grab my throat and screw me in a boat. The big ship they capsized by a jet speed bolt. With all my might I flail and wail, I revolt. The thunderclap awakens me with an awful jolt, as does the cracking, a sound of a lightning bolt. Oh, no. The echoes in my head won't stop spitting again. The third incarnation of the green blob tenaciously grips a drained lip, threatening a fourth invasion, alien invasion, equation, annihilation. I was walking on Mars, just gazing at some stars, when my eyes beheld a sight. A million alien ships were doing spins and dips, heading towards the Earth at night. So conveniently, my ship had a TV, which I flipped straight away. There was talk around the world about whose bombs would be hurled. And then I heard somebody say, "We must unite as one." The time has finally come to put differences aside. The nations then combined, politics cast behind. No need of weapons to hide. The nations worked as one to save their planet from bug-eyed freaks who sought to win a blue planet for their own. They planned their seeds be sown into every human skin. The earth come forth as one. The battle had begun. Unity showed its proud face. Aliens said, "Who knew?" And then away they flew. I watched them return to space. There seems some moral here. No need for us to fear. We must all stand hand in hand. As long as we do that, don't waste our time to spat. Look at this earth as we land. We must all stand hand in hand. No. There it goes inside of my head, speaking again. I walked to my red post box every day. The weather was cool and breezy. The sky was a soft gray. Looked like it would stay that way. It felt similar to the spring, although without the warmth. The bird song was toned down, and there wasn't many people around. The trees were still cold and bare yet fresh. Saplings had been recently planted, young buds already coming through, a new young life to look forward to. Yet there was a silence, an emptiness of hidden ghosts, safely confined within their home, cool, moist outside, no place to roam. I watched the film War of the Worlds. The aliens finally destroyed by a virus seemed an iconic hero to save the human race. Obviously, no vaccines available in outer space. No. Look, John, Alex said, it's a UFO. We're being invaded from outer space. Little green men, come on, let's go. A weird expression on his face. Alex, I said, it's not what you think. Put down that beer. You've had enough. You really shouldn't ought to drink. You can't handle the stuff. Look, John, he screamed. We're landing now. See all the flashing lights? Look, Alex. I don't see that. No, how? And I wish I could see your plight. Yes, the city council is alien enough, and it was just your crazy luck to come by a Jeremy car wash and they're just drying the new fire truck. No. There it goes again inside of my head. No. Inside of my head, the as I lay face up upon my bed. Strange thoughts roared inside my head. The ceiling lights cover seemed like a pearl, causing my synapses to swiftly swirl. Was I really in a house, pray tell, or was I encased in a huge oyster shell? Was I a man such as you might greet, or was I a big hunk of oyster meat? I laughed a bit at my thought. If it persisted, I may become overwrought. I had closed the room was square. I had not oyster meat. My head and hair had hair. Just as my race of mine was slow and the room shook, as if from a grate, a wind blown, the ceiling exploded. Down came two walls. I found myself staring at two huge jaws. The pearl had fallen. On the bed I was shocked beyond belief and filled with dread. Above the gaping jaws I spied two huge eyes. We looked at each other, each filled with surprise. Drops, a baseball size, dripped from jagged teeth. They soaked me both on top and underneath. The odor emanating from that face made me wish that from it I could race. I shivered, now as if nearly frozen. Why for me had this fate been chosen? I was not sure if I was dreaming, but that it was real. It sure was seeming. I'd heard of beings from outer space which kidnapped earthlings, leaving no trace. As I watched a visage of this beast, I was sure I'd become an alien oyster feast. No, 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 no. The echoes in my head are speaking again. Listen to the voices, David Day said. Listen to the voices echoing inside of your head. The voices said again. No, 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 no. Flying saucers, a scam, encounter of another kind, alien invasion, equation. The echoes in my head won't stop spitting again. Never ending, I said. I am dizzy and confused. Stop all your electric fused. On us you are just causing chaos. On our mind and health. Planes falling from the sky, unexplained human behavior. Forest fire. Everywhere leaders acting irrationally, giving the wrong people power over us. Stop using your invisibility so we human can tell you are the alien causing the chaotic catastrophes. Weather everywhere. Let me teach you I love. Bring peace and harmony everywhere. Let me teach you about faith and bring hope for a better tomorrow. Let me teach you about joy and bring good health and laughter everywhere. You are welcome once you learn these things. Then ring ding a ding ding. Here it goes again inside of my head. The echoes in my head won't stop speaking again. Never ending inside of my head. Listen to the voices, David Day said. Once in the world's hidden history, there's an annoying but sweet story causing two different life diverge in a thrilling thing called love. They emerge in the middle of the weird forest. Looks different. Fruit are the fairest, wearing a mysterious suit and anklet, wandering in wind. Faster, I bet the clocks start ticking in silence. Shocking creatures pumping blood to cleanse. Someone comes along to save her day, giving solutions quick, right away. I am. The aliens are coming to invade. Let the memory fade away. Well, no, no, no. Listen to the voices inside of your head, David. They're speaking, spitting again. Listen to them, David, I said. As Alien flew and his UFO to Venus, whoever invented that shuttle was a genius for some reason. He started the burn. This never would have happened on Saturn. The alien needed to fly home fast. He didn't come home at last. The alien came home very soon, as he does live on Neptune. Tomorrow the alien will be free. He can go to Earth finally. The alien wanted to go since he was one. This is going to be a lot of fun. Very soon the alien had to go to his bed, so he brushed his sharp teeth and went in his quilt-colored blood red. He thought about going to Earth all night. The people were going to get a huge fright. And there I go, spitting inside of my head. Listen to the voices, David. I know you hear them again. Hear the voices inside of your head, David, I said. They're speaking again. Listen to the voices inside of your head, David. Listen to them, never ending, speaking again. Well, no. In a green meadow by the white, stark tundra stood a bright young girl beneath a spaceship dark umbra, with her mouth in the shape of a big empty O. She watched the ship rattle and sway, lights all aglow. Not long did she stare before the ship began to break and crash to the earth with a ground shake and quake. She rushed forward, so filled with desire to discover who it was who owned the crashed flyer. They poured out in pairs of their tiny forms, up a hopping and made sounds with their mouths. A gentle pop pop, and a pair wriggled over to a girl in the meadow. Pop pop, they said, waving their tiny squiggly elbows, for their arms were not arms, but long, sticky tentacles. Each one was yellow or purple and freakishly flexible. Their legs were squiggly too, and they flopped over the earth as they made their way to the girl who giggled with mirth. It was not until her body was covered with those tiny poppers that she did discover the affectionate poppers with which she was smitten were feral and vicious and horribly wicked, and they opened their mouths, all popping at once, and took in unison a big bloody munch. Her screams, it is said, can be heard to this day in that green meadow where the poppers yet prey. A sound to call, a boisterous bellow lifted up at the frozen edge of the meadow, undulating over lonely winter plains. The ruckus heeled the poppers back on their reins. They screamed and cried their popping song as the fury rolled over them, angry and strong. Pop. They unstuck themselves from the girl's bloody bones. Whoa, and huddled under the wreckage of their once hovering home. Booming and clattering and cranking and groaning machines crawled into the meadow, some creaking, some droning. A crack, said the machines, and the poppers fell by the number, blood squirting out of their squiggles, the color of umber. The sky turned red and filled with smoke, and even the machines began to choke. The poppers reeved, their tentacles flailed, squirmed, they did, all screamed and wailed, but their numbers were too great. It could not be dispensed. The poppers surged and moved to offense. They swarmed over the machines and pop into light, shedding both flesh and metal alike. Despair was at hand. The end was nigh. It was clear just now who was the superior tribe. Hark, and the heavens a hole opened up, and down came a spaceship shaped like a cup. Out poured a popper, ultimate size. Her girth spilled over and blanketed the skies. Her tentacles were long and vibrantly hued. Her face was ghastly, her eyes sharp and shrewd. At last, her voice thundered, you have found my lost kin. They are terrible children, they do love sin. I apologize, she said, as she gathered them up for the trouble, she said, and dumped them in the cup. The machines and men both stared, mouths wide agape, as the giant popper climbed into her ship and closed up the top. Ship took off with a dazzling spin and a twirl. The poppers left Earth, leaving only confusion and ruin in the bones of the girl as the world spins and it swirls and it twirls. Let me spit a whirl.